So I couldn't recommend highly enough. Very approachable, very easy to get on with, confident to ask, you know, what sometimes might be deemed quite a silly or question that you should know. I was able to ask those questions, and we were able to grow and develop as a trust. So I was recommended to work with Alan Patient following the person that I wanted to appoint as CFO feeling that he wasn't quite skilled enough to do the job. I've been really happy with the support I've had financially from Chris, who works with Alan Patient. Chris offered us a big package in the first 12 months where basically the support we received was what I would call on call. So we would email, phone call, he'd come in for as many meetings as we needed to support and help the trust cross that hurdle of becoming financially sound in all of its practices. I was really pleased that our first audit, we did get a really excellent outcome in that audit. Got some minor recommendations to make, but the feedback was it's one of the best audits we've had from any new trust that has converted. So that was really pleasing to hear, and I know that has been down to the support that we've had and the confidence that working with Alan Patients has given my staff. This is noted particularly in the following year when we're going to continue our relationship with Alan Patients and Chris, is that we're on a less intensive package, which shows that my staff are being developed and trained by Chris along the way, which is always good for a company when you become more sustainable in the future. You know, for me, I was able to focus on what I want to focus on, which is the teaching and learning and the outcomes of my children. And as I said, when that audit came through, I had absolutely nothing to do with it on the whole 3 days, except for receiving the fantastic feedback. Chris understands what a trust needs to do financially to make sure that we're following absolutely the DFE guidelines. So I couldn't recommend them enough. For me, the transition, the biggest fear when I moved from local authority to forming the trust was the financial side. And I think it's been money well spent in such a way that actually next year we are going to be continuing the relationship with Alan Patient on a less intensive package, but then that shows growth within my trust and capability. So I would recommend Alan Patient very much in supporting any trust or any schools financially.